Being the first on the wall during a siege almost always meant certain death. It meant fighting your way to the base, climbing an exposed ladder or siege tower through a storm of projectiles, only to face a superior force of defenders waiting at the top. And yet, brave men in antiquity and the Middle Ages did it again and again, and competed fiercely for the privilege, because everyone wanted to be first over the wall. In this video, we ask why Roman soldiers were willing to die for that honor. Corona Muralis, the first man on the wall. In 209 BC, a Roman army under Scipio Africanus attacked New Carthage in Spain. The morning after their arrival, the Romans attempted to storm the city from the east and south and failed. Scipio recalled his men, but he gave the defenders no rest, ordering a second assault on the same day. The new Carthaginians weren't ready for it. They had exhausted most of their ammunition in the morning and could only keep the Romans at a distance by pulling all forces away from the north side of the city. That was exactly what Scipio had counted on. He sent 500 of his best men sneaking across the lagoon to the north, where they scaled the wall undetected. When they succeeded in opening the east gate from the inside, the city's fate was sealed. After the battle, 2 men came forward claiming to have been first over the wall. Quintus Trebellius, a centurion of the 4th Legion who had been among the 500 on the north side, and Sextus Digitus, a marine who had fought aboard one of the galleys south of the city. The dispute erupted into a heated argument that nearly turned violent between their units. Moments before the Marines and legionaries came to blows, Scipio appointed 3 arbiters who ruled that both men had entered simultaneously and both were awarded the Corona Muralis. They had good reason to fight over it. The Corona Muralis, or mural crown, was one of Rome's most coveted military decorations. According to the Roman writer Aulus Gellius, it was a golden crown shaped like a city wall and adorned with crenellations. It carried the weight of something like a modern Medal of Honor or the Bundeswehr Cross of Honor for valor, but its impact reached far further. Whoever received it became a celebrated war hero, earned a substantial financial reward, and could leverage that glory as a political stepping stone. The Corona Muralis was rarely awarded, since only one man could be first on the wall. In ancient Rome, honors were not given posthumously, and many who made it to the top never came back down alive. According to archaeologist Valerie A. Maxfield, the award was given without regard to rank or status, at least until the imperial period. Our opening example makes this clear. If a common marine could be decorated, so could any legionary. That said, centurions were likely the most frequent recipients. No man could take a wall alone. Centurions had soldiers covering their backs, providing suppressing fire and holding the ladders steady, giving them the best odds of success. And the legionaries benefited too, sharing in the glory of a broken defense and almost certainly receiving a cut of the crown's financial reward from the recipient himself. It's no coincidence that the moment of breaching the wall was the act being honored. The assault on the wall was among the most dangerous phases of any siege. A man climbing a ladder was virtually unprotected, arrows and stones raining down from above, defenders trying to topple the ladder, and multiple opponents waiting to cut him down the moment he reached the top. The odds were grim. But if even one man gained a foothold, a siege that might otherwise drag on for weeks, at enormous cost in time, money, and lives, could be broken in hours. That's why armies offered such rewards. Days, even hours, could decide the outcome. This was precisely the situation at New Carthage. Scipio knew he had less than a week before a Carthaginian relief army arrived. The actions of Trebellius and Digitus may well have been the decisive factor. which could explain why, in the end, both were honored. The Roman historian Livy captures the spirit of it plainly. In his History of Rome, he writes that soldiers rushed forward through wounds and missiles, and neither walls nor armed men standing on them can restrain them from vying with one another in the attempt to climb. Roman soldiers were prepared to die for the Corona Muralis and the honor it carried. That may seem extreme today, but in Rome, it made complete sense.
To understand why, you have to understand what military success actually meant in Roman society. Rome was defined by military virtue to a degree almost unimaginable in the modern world. Political and military success were inseparable. The ruling class and the officer class were essentially the same people. Honor, virtus in Latin, had a direct and measurable effect on a man's standing in life. Virtus literally means manliness, encompassing bravery, excellence, and courage, all considered the defining masculine virtues of the age. An ambitious Roman aristocrat had to demonstrate these qualities to earn supporters and political influence. Military achievements were the primary currency of recognition, and decorations like the Corona Muralis made those achievements visible to everyone. Winning such an award was the equivalent of someone today receiving the Medal of Honor, becoming an instant national figure, and emerging as a serious candidate in the next presidential election. And the benefits extended beyond the individual. The whole family rose with him. The gens Trebelia, the family of the centurion decorated at New Carthage, first appeared in the historical record with that very crown and went on to produce several prominent figures in the late Republic and early imperial period. Marcus Trebellius Maximus was elected consul in 55 AD. The climb was dangerous. Death was a real possibility, but the reward waiting at the top was extraordinary. This tradition did not die with the Western Roman Empire. It carried into the Middle Ages, where the first men to breach a wall were often rewarded with knighthood. Only in the early modern period, as warfare shifted toward group cohesion and collective discipline overtook individual glory, did such acts begin to be seen as reckless rather than heroic. In the age of pike and shot, risking your life for personal honor no longer made tactical sense, and the lone, courageous act gave way to the coordinated assault.